Commissioner, for being here and for all of the work that you and your staff are doing on recovery efforts underway at the IRS. I want to start first by just thanking you for heeding the calls of my committee colleagues and myself to deliver stimulus payments automatically to the millions of Social Security and VA beneficiaries who do not file tax returns. And towards that end, I want to follow up on something that Chairman Grassley asked you about. Unfortunately, many of these beneficiaries missed out on $500 payments for their children because of short deadlines to provide the IRS with dependent information. And the IRS has said that these families will need to wait until 2021 to get their payments. Along with colleagues on this committee, I sent you a letter in April urging you to provide these payments as quickly as possible before 2021. You just referenced in your answer to the chairman that you were considering doing that, but there were some limitations. So could you tell us, please, what specifically you are considering and what specific limitations the IRS is facing with regard to getting these payments to people before 2021?
We have a pool of individuals who used our non-filers portal that should have actually received that additional $500 payment. We had that information. For a limited period, remember that portal was, I'm very proud of the effort of our employees, but we built several airplanes while we were flying.
I understand.
Two other airplanes, and then we had to adjust those as we were monitoring. Right. And one of the things we found was we had a gap where it was not picking up those $500 payments, and we had that information. So we are going to be issuing those payments to that pool, and I believe the number is 365,000 individuals, and I believe it's substantially SSA and RRA recipients. So that, I believe, is going to happen sometime around July, by the end of July. That's my understanding, and if that date changes, we'll get back. Similarly, the individuals who filed injured spouse claims, there was a difficulty connecting that, get the payments out as rapidly as possible, find information that might not be front and center, so we did our best, and I'm very proud of how we did. Lessons learned going forward, we know certain areas to look into. And the limitations are, we're actually also in the middle of programming now, or starting to program now, 2021 filing season. We constantly have 2 filing seasons that our IT departments are working on.
Okay, so
we're sympathetic with these issues, trying to figure out a way to get the money as quickly as possible.
And when can you get us information then to this committee about what that timeline looks like? I mean, we have constituents who need these dollars. They're entitled to them. They're trying to get them. They've been trying to do their best. So when can you give us a timeline of what the windows look like for them and how they might get those $500 payments?
We will not be able to issue what I might now refer to as secondary payments for everyone who might have a change in circumstances. Remember, some people were married, some got divorced.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
those
about
pools.
Commissioner, hold on. I'm talking about the people. You put up a very short window for people who were non-filers to put in information so that they could get those $500 payments. You now are saying that for the people you missed who did submit information in those 48 hours, you're going to be able to get them out. So now what I'm asking is the people who weren't able to get into that 48-hour window, if they give it to you now, how can they get it before 2021? What's the plan, and when will you share the plan with us?
Let me get back to you. It's not an easy thing for us to accomplish. And can I address the 48-hour window?
Yeah, I understand that it exists, and I have another question, so why don't we take that offline? And again, I appreciate how hard everybody was working. People just need these dollars, right?
Appreciate it.
So another question is, employers can claim new tax credits to help stay afloat during the COVID-19 crisis, including credits for providing paid leave and retaining employees. In order to rapidly provide this assistance, the Treasury sends advance payments of these tax credits to employers that file requests with the IRS. However, although the IRS has said these payments will be delivered to employers within 2 weeks, reports indicate that these payments may be taking significantly longer. So could you tell us, please, Commissioner, how quickly the IRS is delivering advance payments to employers, and is the IRS proactively planning for a possible increase in requests for these payments as states partially reopen their economies?
I'll get back to you with some specifics, but I believe that we've actually processed about a third of those so far that have come through, and then some we've asked for additional verification.
Right. And again, this is a matter of cash flow for businesses that are just desperately struggling
We
to stay
appreciate that.
afloat.
We are trying our best.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.